How's it going, guys? So I hope everybody's week is going great so far. This is going to be the first video of many that I'm going to be posting on Sunday. It's just going to be a Sunday in review about different sports topics, and I want to be able to use this as a great sort of forum to talk about everybody's different opinions about different storylines, and I really want to push like a different perspective of sports news on this channel. I really want to look at more deeper things and not just like blatantly what is happening with the headlines. So I wanted to first start off by talking about the amazing win last night with the walk-off home run by Jose Altuve, being able to get the Astros to their second World Series in the last 3 years. It's really amazing how they were able to make that team from, I think it was 2014 when they went 106 losses, and then they got Carlos Correa, and then they got George Springer, and then they really rebuilt that team from the ground up, and it's really amazing how they were able to do that. And then you look at if the Nationals are able to get their first ever World Series win, it's just going to be a really exciting fall baseball classic. I honestly am rooting for the Nationals, but I think that the Astros are a more talented team. Put in the comments who you believe will win the World Series. It'll be really interesting to be able to talk about it down in the comments. So the next topic that I want to talk about too is the MLB interviews for managerial openings. So Joe Girardi could be the manager for the Phillies or the Cubs. As you saw, Joe Madden just got hired by the Angels. That's a huge thing for the franchise, the Angels, especially with the greatest player, I believe, on the planet for baseball, and that's in Mike Trout. And they just haven't been able to put a contention, put their team into contention for a playoff spot, and with their starting pitching not being non-existent, it just doesn't seem like the GM is really putting their future forward or as a priority, because I mean they have the top 15th farm system in the MLB, and about 2 or 3 years ago they had the 30th, and it's just really unfortunate for such a very talented sort of player who just signed a long-term deal to be able to have to deal with that sort of thing year in and year out. So I think Madden will be a great addition to that coaching staff, and he'll be able to really build that really good culture in Anaheim. And then Joe Girardi, I think it'll be really cool if he either goes to the Phillies or the Cubs. I think either one would be really interesting, just because, I mean, both of them didn't have the best years, and they really underachieved on the different offseason moves that the Phillies made, and the players that the Cubs have, and they have a very short window, the Cubs at least do, for contention and to be able to get that World Series that they got. They want to try and get another one because Chris Bryant could be leaving soon. You don't know how long Javier Baez is going to stay there, and you don't really know how productive John Lester is going to be able to stay. And that team could be going down pretty soon, just because they do have the 20th best farm system in the MLB, so it's not like they have like a ton of future talent that's going to be coming up soon, but their team is still really young. I just did want to point that out. And then just another cool thing that's been happening in sports is wow, so okay, we're gonna have to cut that out. So the other thing that I want to talk about is the NFL question marks. You don't really know what's going to be happening today. I just watched the 1 o'clock games, and they were pretty crazy. Aaron Rodgers just threw for 6 touchdowns. That was pretty nuts. But it'll be interesting what happens with Ryan Tannehill, how he'll be able to start for the Titans and be able to, if he's going to do better than Marcus Mariota. Is he going to be able to throw to A.J. Brown, Corey Davis better? It'll be really interesting. And also looking at Mitchell Trubisky, how is he going to be able to come back from that shoulder injury and be able to really sort of develop more? They've really been sort of disappointing, the Bears have, on the offensive side. Obviously their defense is going to be good, and they are, I think, 4-2 or 5-1. So I mean they still are having a good season, but it also will be interesting as well to see how Baker comes back, to see if he will be able to come back to form somehow, and be able to live up to the expectations that the Browns do have. And then also looking at the accusations that did happen this last week with Marcus Peters and also with Jalen Ramsey. It'll be interesting how the Rams are able to be much better. It will also be interesting to see how the Ravens do with Marcus Peters' addition, and to see if that helps them at all with the Seahawks, because I really do think that the Seahawks are going to be able to do a little bit better than they are, just because they are the better team. But I think it'll be interesting with Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson. So that was my first week in review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Put in the comment section below your guys' thoughts of the things that I talked about. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want me to keep on doing this. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. I would really appreciate the support. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. And if I make another video about like any of the different stuff that is going to be happening in the league or in sports, I'm probably going to put it on this channel. So look for those sporadic videos. And also don't forget to follow me on my Twitter and also my Instagram. And I'm going to be active on both of those throughout the week. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. See you later.